Hello everyone, welcome to today's class, and our title today is German Companies Hire Private Detectives. Let's get started with the warm-up questions. 1번. When was the last time you called in sick to work? 마지막으로 평가를 내고 일을 쉬었던 때가 언제인가요? As a freelancer, I don't really have the option to call in sick to work. I do have a responsibility to be at places at certain times. So, there are times where I guess I could call in sick to work, but I've never called in sick to work in Korea, and I've been living in Korea for 13 years now. In Australia, I used to do it all the time. It's actually so common in Australia. It has made an idiom in Australia called chakasiki. Now, chakasiki means to call in sick to work because it's almost part of the Australian culture to call in sick for work even if you're not actually sick, because they give you sick days. And it's almost expected that if you just don't feel like going to work one day, that you chuck a sickie. It's kind of culture in Australia. 2번. How many sick days did you take last year? 작년에 평가를 몇 번 사용했나요? None. None. Yeah. So like I said, since being in Korea, I have never taken a sick day off. There have been times, obviously, I've had to go to the hospital during work. I remember a couple of times while working at Pagoda, while working for other companies, that I'd have to go to the doctor between classes, or I remember this one time while I was working at Pagoda 1, and I had this really bad eye infection, and I could barely see, but like I had this full list of students, and I just couldn't cancel on them, but I had a small break, and I had to quickly run to the doctors, get my eyes tested, get medicine put in. But I still made it. I remember having 장염 one day and having to come in to work. It was horrible, but I got through the day. I try to, try to soldier on, as they say. It means like to continue on even if I am really sick. Luckily, I guess. Luckily, the times I've been really, really sick have only been on the weekends when I'm not working. So yeah, knock on wood that I don't get sick anytime soon. Alright, now let's look at the vocabulary and repeat after me. 1번. Get one's head around something. Get one's head around something. Get one's head around something. 뭐뭐를 이해하다. However, I had a hard time getting my head around it when I heard that the average German worker took 15 sick days last year. Should go to Australia. Usually we take like more than 2 weeks of sick days. So to get around something is to try and understand something. 2번. Side hustle. Side hustle. Side hustle. 부업. Worse yet, some are using these paid days off to make extra money through side hustles. So a side hustle is like a job that you do other than your full-time job to make extra money. So as an example, let's say you work full-time for a hagwon or whatever, and your side hustle will be working for Coupang Eats or one of the delivery service places, which a lot of people do. That's a side hustle. 3번, absenteeism. 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 잦은 결근. However, absenteeism has begun to cost German companies a lot of money. So absenteeism is simply being absent from work or school. When I say absent, I mean not being there, not being present at work or school or wherever you have to be. 4번, think twice. Think twice. Think twice. 다시 한번 생각하다. If they can catch and punish some of the worst offenders, other employees may think twice before taking unnecessary sick days. Very simple. Just think more than once about something. To think something over again. To think twice. To think again. 5번. Hassle. 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 귀찮음 or 성감심. This is a lot less hassle and it also makes it easier to lie. So hassle is like something that is seen as annoying or tedious to do. 6번. Resent. 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 원망하다. It is unfortunate that companies need to use detectives to spy on their own people, and employees will probably resent it. So to resent something is to feel bitterness towards something. So in this situation, the employees will feel bitterness towards their employers. Alright, so that was a preview section. Now let's move on to the review section.